Yo, what is going on, guys? Frankie Trades here, bringing you another new weekly stock watch list. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that. But without much more being said, doing this a little bit differently this time. So as you guys can see, it is 8:30 a.m. right now. Typically, we release these on Sunday at around 6 p.m. Eastern. I wanted to wait a little, especially with how volatile the market's been. I think things are just better instead of putting a video late at night. I didn't seem to really like that style. I'm going to do one in the morning for a bit just to see how things plan out and see how they pan out for the channel, and then as far as the market goes, just to give you guys a cleaner idea of where things are currently at and where things are moving. So for earnings this week, there is really not too much going on. I've been looking at it. Baba may be the only thing if that has any crazy moves. I doubt it unless they maybe say something with AI. That's the only thing I could see with this really taking off. So that's about it that I see on the watch list for this week. The only thing that I see for earnings for this week. So next up, we're going to talk about the stock market. Now, ES and NQ, I always keep these really shallow, even with the stock hours server and even to myself. It's hard to really look at any levels on this on the bigger time frame, besides really just looking at all-time high continuations. There's not much going on. There's no support anywhere. It's really just all-time highs every single day at this point, it feels like. So for the meantime, with me looking at ES here, really the only thing I'm going to be looking at this is anything above 74.20, going to the all-time high at 74.27. We have no major trend lines either that I would really be aware of. We have this one, but it's just a weird trend line. I mean, either way, it would still give it a lot of room to trend up as well. So it's not really one that I would follow as well. If we go to the daily here, same thing. I mean, you can see that it has been absolutely nuts. So that's ES. We can go to NQ here, and it's kind of the same idea. I just really don't have anything to really give for you guys as far as big levels. It's really just all-time high continuations or maybe a daily low, right, from pre-market to see some low day or some price action to the downside, right? So with NQ here, you could see that we were consolidating right below 29,400. That's probably what I'll be looking at for the upside. As far as downside goes, we've been kind of making something here, I guess, at 200. But really anything below low of days is what I would be keeping an eye out for on NQ, and that's how I've been approaching things when things are weak in the market or things are weaker than the indexes themselves. So that's what I have for ES and NQ. Now, as far as my main setups go, the first one I want to cover is Apple. Apple, pretty straightforward and simple. Apple rips a lot at the open. It's been having that trend for a couple days now. So this is something that I'll be keeping an eye out for. If this happens to open up around 293, 293.50, and we can get a red to green candle into 294, or maybe even something closer to this high at 294.76, that would be really ideal on Apple. Red to greens are typically my style of play, even though it's not really a strategy. That is typically where I make my money off of, especially since I'm able to read the momentum and divergence really well pre-market and how a stock is moving. So I would say I read those significantly really well. So if we can get something like that on Apple, I think that would be really cool. Next up is MU. MU is a beast of a stock. I'm sure a lot of you guys who do trade actively know this. We traded this at 700, I believe. Yeah, we traded this at 700 on Friday. And over the weekend, from Friday to over the weekend to now, we are at 782. We made a high at 813, man. Absolutely nuts. MU, obviously, I'll be interested in any kind of whole number, maybe anything above 800, really, to be safe. Above 790 also looks really good. The problem with MU is it's getting to the point these contracts are costing around just plain $50 out. As far as contracts go, those contracts run at about $15 to $20 a contract. So this one, in my recommendation, to be fully transparent with you guys, this is a stock at this point only for the advanced traders and the people who are willing to put that money up because it's risky. The spreads can be very wide and the volatility on the stock can shake a lot of people out. I still have a hard time dealing with the spreads myself, but it comes with the stock. If you're able to catch a really nice move on it and be able to read it accordingly, it pays really, really well. So that's MU. Anything above 790 maybe, just because around pre-market it looks like that's the area where it's having trouble closing above. So 790 maybe room up to 793, and then scalping it as we go back up to 800. If we happen to come back up there, that's the way I'm looking to approach it at least. And yeah, 800, maybe 813 as a scalp as well. These are all scalpable levels on MU, which I really like on this stock. So you just got to be very careful and make sure to stop out if your play is not happening like how it's supposed to. That's my only bit of advice with MU. So, and then last but not least is Tesla. Tesla doesn't look too shabby here around 430. I could see why some people would take interest at the downside of 422, but Tesla has been an absolute monster, especially with Nor behind it signaling this. So I'm going to leave this to him. I've been catching it with him for the majority. So anything above 430 I think looks really good. Or maybe we can, if you want to play it safe, you could even wait for a close above 430 going into 431. So then you play 431 as a safer entry, because then you're getting the confirmation that this finally closed above 430, and this could shake and lead to some momentum. So the only issue is this is at 424. So it's looking kind of weak right now compared to the market, but anything can change. It's Tesla, right? So, but yeah, that's about it for the watch list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope to like this new style just for a little bit. It's not going to be a forever thing. I just want to try it for around 1 to 3 weeks and see how things go. So with that being said, before you guys go, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate that. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week and have a fantastic day. Peace out.